Hi, welcome. We're going to be talking about collecting data and two-way tables. In this example, we've got a two-way table, and this is a tool for organizing two variable data. We're going to fill out one for our class. I'm going to give an example here. Before you fill this out, you need to have some data. So I have made up uh, a set of data. This is what that looks like. So here I've got, let's go in a little bit closer. So number one, this person, Marely Valentin, chose M&Ms and Burger King. And so, and you'll notice I've got 30 different people in my list here. And so Marely Valentin chose M&Ms and Burger King. So I can click on her name, Marely Valentine, M&Ms and Burger King. So I go to my list. I go over here to my list, M&Ms and Burger King, and I make a tally. And then I go back. Morelli Moran. I'll just keep track that I've got her data in here. Morelli Moran, Skittles and Burger King. So Skittles and Burger King, and I make a tally mark. And Serenity Night, Skittles and McDonald's. Skittles and McDonald's. And I make a tally mark. And I continue in this fashion, checking through all of them. I'm going to pause for just a second and then go through and do this without showing you every step along the way. I'll come back when I've got a few more done, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so here I've got about half of my data points done. I've checked as I've marked them on, I've checked them off. If you were doing this just on a piece of paper, you would just put a little check mark next to the ones that you've done. So the last one I did was M&M McD's, and this is what I've got so far. And you'll see that here, right here, I've got 4 tally marks in a row. The 5th one crosses, and that's the way we keep tally marks. So it's easier to count by 5s once we're finished, and then add on whatever is left. So I'm going to keep going. I'm going to finish this up, and then I'll check back with you when I have got them all entered in. Okay. Excuse me. After going through and marking all of the 30 data points, this is what this looks like here. I've got, now if I've done this correctly, the total should add up to 30. So here I've got 5 and 3, that's 8. And so I'm going to come down here, M&Ms and McDonald's, and put 8. And Skittles, that's 5 and 4, that's 9. So McDonald's and Skittles, that's 9. So we're not putting the tally marks in this one down here. We're just writing the numbers. Here I've got 5 and 4, that's 9 for BK and M&Ms. And then down here I've got only 4 for Burger King and Skittles. And so now what I do is I add them all together. 8 plus 9 is 17. And 9 plus 4 is 13. And 17 plus 13, sure enough, is 30. 8 plus 9, that's 17. 9 plus 4 is 13. And then once again, 17 plus 13 is 30. So that's the total number of people that I have tallied. So then I can use this two-way tables to give the probabilities. Probability that a random student from this sample or random person from the sample chose McDonald's, the total of those that chose McDonald's was 17. And so that'd be 17 out of 30. And then you could convert that into a decimal and a percentage. We'll do it just once. 17 out of 30. If I do that, get my calculator. And I got 17 divided by 30. And that's 0.56 repeating, or approximately 0.57. And that's then approximately equal to 57%. So let's go ahead and do all of these. The probability of Burger King would be 13 out of 30. The probability of M&M's would be 17 out of 30. The probability of Skittles would be 13 out of 30. Now we've got conditional probabilities. The probability of McDonald's, the probability of McDonald's, given that they chose M&M's, so we go for the McDonald's and M&M's. McDonald's and M&M's is 8. Out of those that just chose M&M's, and that would be out of 17. The probability of Burger King, let's go down. The probability of M&M's and McDonald's choosing M&M's given that they chose McDonald's. M&M's and McDonald's, that'd be 8 M&M's and McDonald's. 8, but this is out of those that chose McDonald's, and that'd be out of 17. So it's the same in this case, but only because this number of McDonald's and this number of M&M's is the same. Those won't always be the same. Okay, the probability of McDonald's choosing Skittles, McDonald's and Skittles, is 9. Out of the Skittles is 13. And then the probability of Skittles choosing McDonald's, the top number is still 9, both Skittles and McDonald's. But out of McDonald's, then it's out of 17. That's an example that they're not always going to be the same. And then the probability of that they chose Burger King, given that they chose M&M's. Burger King and M&M's would be 9. Out of those that chose M&M's would be 17. And the probability of M&M's chosen, given that they chose Burger King, would be again 9, but this time out of Burger King would be out of 13. And then the probability of Burger King and Skittles, Burger King, given that they chose Skittles, would be 4. Out of those that chose Skittles would be 13. And the probability that they chose Skittles, given that they chose Burger King, again, that's 4. But out of those that chose Burger King would be 13. And it's the same, the number that chose Skittles and those that chose Burger King. And anyways, that's what this looks like, data collection 2A tables.